Hey everybody, so this video I'm going to be talking about first aid and medical. So smash that like button if you like these little tips. I appreciate you checking me out. I appreciate if you have any comments, questions, to add that in the comments. So in short, I'm going to give you a little background and share your story along the way with this medical. Okay, so here we go. Most of us, when we think of a first aid kit, we think of the basics like Band-Aids and Neosporin and maybe an ace bandage, maybe some tweezers, maybe some Tylenol, that might be the real basic first aid kit. And maybe we might be carrying a little small pack in our purse or in our car or truck. And that might be the gist of it. But again, when you're camping, when you're hiking, you need to be equipped with something, some type of first aid kit. Because let me tell you, accidents happen. And it's usually when you're having a really good day and all of a sudden you're sawing that piece of wood and you slide out and boom, you just slashed yourself. And you need to protect that wound and you need to have the right gear in order to do it. So what you need to do is have a first aid kit on you. The other thing is, sometimes it's also helpful, besides having a water source, whether that's you start out with a water bottle, maybe you also have some purification water tablets in your first aid gear, so that even if you drink the water that's in your water bottle, you can grab some water from the stream. You can add these purification tablets, or if you carry a little bottle of bleach, that's another way to do it. And you can purify that water to make it drinkable. You can also heat it up if you're carrying a stove on you in your backpack. But if you don't have a stove on your backpack, you still need to consider having those purification tablets so that you can have clean drinking water. So the other thing with medicine is over-the-counter meds. And that would be like, headache medicine, Tylenol, ibuprofen, aspirin, acetaminophen, whatever. You might also want to have if you have allergies, then like Benadryl for allergy season. You might also want to have nausea medication or diarrhea medication. The basics. If you require certain medication or vitamins that, is your normal supply, again, make sure you're packing that into your camp bag so that if for whatever reason you get stuck on the trail or you're in a bug out situation, that you have the proper medication that you need in order to keep going, survive, and thrive. I'm not going to speak on antibiotics. I know some people are real advocates for that. I'm not so much. So I would recommend more so to have certain essential oils on you, like cloves, cinnamon, what's it called? Cayenne pepper. I'd rather have those types of things on me than antibiotics. That's just my way. So if you're into antibiotics, go to a different source to get those recommendations. But the basics of having a first aid kit, medical supply, your vitamins, your supplements. And again, it may not be that you're carrying a whole bunch in your backpack, but you want to at least have some for a few days, maybe a week, if you can manage that to be able to carry that much and pack it nice and tight. So, also want to talk about sleep medication. Now, when people get anxious and when there's a crisis situation, or even if you've lost your way on the trail and it's dark and you can't find your way out and you want to wait it out till you get to daylight, you may want to, sleep well. So you could take some sleep medication, melatonin, or prescribed sleep medication so that you can actually sleep on a rock if necessary. And then you can take your Tylenol in the morning to deal with the headache. So anyway, just something to think about when you're off trail, when you're in the woods, when you're camping, when you're in van life, or in an emergency situation, that you start to be prepared for those what ifs, and that you have the sources to help not just yourself, but other people that might be in need. So I want to share a story about medical. This is a long time ago. I had a boyfriend, fiance, years ago, and we both were gym rats. We loved exercising in the gym. We both were yoga teachers, and we were on a hike in the woods one day, and he turned his ankle on something in the woods, and he couldn't walk. And he was a guy that weighed about 265 pounds, and I weighed 125 pounds. And so one of the things that he had trained me to do was, in our training in the gym, he wanted me to know how to lift him and carry him. And I had been practicing that, so I could carry him piggyback because I had practiced. Well, that day in the woods, when he sprained his ankle and, he couldn't walk and he needed my help, I literally carried him out of the forest. And it took a while because I carried him a bit, I sit him down, I take a rest on a rock or a log, I pick him back up, and I go a little further. So it took us a while to get back to the car. But the bottom line is, because he encouraged me and he led me to believe that it was possible that me at 125 pounds could carry 265 pounds, not just carry it on a flat surface, but in the woods, it empowered me. And it also made me think, I want to be that strong all the time, because I want to be able to provide that service if I need to. So that's where we train our bodies to be a workhorse. And I'm telling you, it's been a season medically for me, since my car accident, with a bunch of the injuries that I've sustained as a result of the car accident, the rebuilding of my body with physical therapy and different types of modalities to get strong again. And what I'm saying is, yes, it's frustrating. And, when my hair's up in the hat, it's frustrating when you're down and out and you can't do the things that you used to be able to do. And you got to start over from ground zero and start pushing yourself all over again. I know what that feels like, and it's not fun. And from grieving and loss of my fiance, man, I gained some weight. I was sad. I was emotionally eating, and I'm still working on getting off that weight. So the point is, change is constant, and our variables about our body, about our weight, they may fluctuate. And we need to still, regardless of the weight, to be able to train ourselves to breathe, to talk, to move, to relax, to carry heavy loads, to deal with different terrain, to deal with different strengths and challenges, and to have the necessary first aid and medical supplies needed when somebody needs what you need. Because in that situation, when he sprained his ankle, I was not carrying a first aid kit. But let me tell you, since then, I've learned, and I carry a first aid medical kit on me. So, have a good evening, everybody. See ya.